Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Coach Gary from 30 Minute Millionaire. I want to start out by thanking my staff, especially Masha, who puts a lot of work into these lessons for everybody that follows us. We have quite a following of people learning how to do business online, how they market themselves, how do they become a person of attraction instead of a person of promotion, where people want to come to them to learn more about their business and their opportunity. And that's what we really do. We teach you basics, tools that will help you to get there. Now, before we get into the lesson today, which is the second half of Buffer, and it's all about the scheduling, I want to share something with you that a couple of things I think is real important for you as a marketer, especially if you're in an MLM or a direct sales company. And here's what it is. The biggest problem I have found, and I've been coaching for a long time, and I started my coaching career actually as a real estate coach. Way back when, when I had a little more hair and so forth. But anyway, one of the problems I found in coaching people and the differences between those people that were at the top, of their game and making most of the money in any industry was they had systems that they relied on. And they also, in those systems, were able to have consistent marketing where others didn't have the marketing. So what happens, and it happens in every industry, and I'm just using real estate and I'm also using direct sales as the example here. What happens is you don't have the tools or you don't have your marketing systems in place, and then you're putting out fires because customers are calling and, or your downline's calling and, and you got to work with those problems and got to get the fire hose out and, and you just life gets in the way, personal demands on your life, and your marketing stops. And really the reason your income is such a yo-yo going up and down and inconsistent, seriously, is because you don't have your marketing systems in place. So I just want to share that with you. And that's why we're teaching the details of how do you use a scheduling system like Buffer so you can have consistent marketing going out. Now, people ask me this question all the time: Coach, do I have to have a blog site? Do I have to have a website? And the answer to you, and it's going to shock you, is absolutely not. But you have to have consistency in your posting. Well, how often do I have to post? Well, as an example, if you're on Facebook, then you got to keep in mind that how often do you post? Some of the best people on social media marketing that I know, and I watch these guys a lot, tell me that it's 1 to 3 times a day on Facebook. How many, when do I post on LinkedIn? Well, LinkedIn's usually once or twice a week, so what about Twitter? Twitter's like 2 or 3 times a day. So that's very important to understand. How often do you post? And the question is, well, what do I post? Well, it depends. If you're in attraction marketing like I am, where I want people to fill out a questionnaire and I do a 30-minute free consultation for them to help them in their business, or maybe they're looking for an opportunity, I do that, as well as I provide, a lot of my stuff free to help them in different areas and different accounts or platforms, like Facebook, LinkedIn, Google Plus, and Twitter. So that's another thing. So yes, you don't have to have a full-blown blog site, and you don't have to blog and write articles and content like I do and have a staff like I do. So that's the truth of it is, but you have to learn to connect with people and create a relationship of know, like, and trust. And you have to find the common interests. Now, here's the problem. Most people go out there and they try to bomb you with their links and their opportunities without building a relationship. It doesn't work, folks. It's, in fact, you're going to get barred. You're going to get turned in for scamming. It doesn't work. When you're going to market yourself or create a relationship on it, it's best that you bring you into the picture and people are attracted to you first. Then we talk about, their passions, their desires. Where do they want to go? And take the attitude of, hey, I want to help you move your business forward. What can I do for you is a lot better than here's my opportunity. And because people are going to put up resistance to that. And in social media marketing, that's a taboo. That's the worst thing you can do. So keep that in mind. It's about helping people, moving their business forward, understanding their issues, their problems, and being there as a consultant, as a solutions provider, maybe to help them. Now, I do a lot of coaching with people that are in other MLMs and the ones I happen to be in. I'm in several of them, to be honest with you. But, the truth of it is that I help everybody wherever they're at. That's the real truth. So if it's not right for them, if they have an affinity for health, then you know what? God bless them. That's where we got to work on. How do we monetize and capitalize that interest and that affinity and that passion that they have in health? Maybe it's weight loss, maybe it's skincare, maybe it's traveling, maybe it's, identity theft, whatever it happens to be for that person, you need to, you not change them or grab them, but show them what you can do to move them forward. Now, here's the crazy thing. When you do that and you become a person that's going to help them, those people are going to come back to you when things aren't going so right and say, maybe I better look at your business, Gary. Maybe there's something here that you can help me. I understand you built a business. You just emptied the warehouse, in 5 months twice, and your team is exploding and growing. Well, yeah. Well, how can I help you? Well, how do you build your business? Well, I'm an online marketer, so I do most of my business on social media marketing. I would say 80% of the people I bring into my business come through social media. All right. So I just want to be clear that that's the approach that you have to take, is to be a friend, an advisor to, and build that relationship and not bomb them all the time. So learn what to post on a social basis are different than what you're going to post from a business standpoint. And I'm taking some time with this morning because I think it's really, really important. Now, Eric Worre just had his convention here this last weekend in Las Vegas, and 4 or 5 of the top social media marketer people, in the world got on that stage and shared some things with you. You're going to be shocked. There wasn't one person who did not sponsor less than 200 people in 12 months. The lowest one sponsored 200 people. And the number one person sponsored 400 to 500 people using social media marketing. Now, I got to tell you that most of the top earners today are incorporating social media marketing into their platforms for lead generation and to find their leaders and to build their teams. It's just where it's going. So again, I'm going to go through this lesson pretty quick, but I want to let you know the importance of having a consistent marketing system and the power when you build these systems. Now, I'm going to go one more step before we get into the lesson. And I'm sorry, but it's just on my heart to share this with you. When do I post, Coach? Well, let me tell you honestly, if I was you, and if you're building a list and a following, I would tag these people and categorize them into who's on the East Coast and who's in the Midwest and who's on the West Coast. Why would you do that? Because the people, this is crazy, but people read their texts, their blogs, their emails, usually, my gosh, before 7 in the morning and after 5 at night, and then anytime on Saturday. But there are times when you analyze this that shows you when you get the highest readership. Well, why is that important? Because when people start reading your articles or reading your post and you really analyze that, oh my gosh, that you're not wasting your time by posting them at 12 noon when nobody's looking at it. Okay. And so those posts just kind of drift away. So analytics is very important when you're doing this type of marketing too. And we are going to be teaching more about analytics, in the future as well. All right, we're going to get going. Upcoming teachings. This is really cool. Masha and I decided that we're going to go into Facebook groups, because you can load your Facebook fan pages as we're teaching you and just blow it out like we're teaching you. But if you don't have the right people following you, and a lot of people, and you're connecting and talking to a lot of people that aren't interested in social entrepreneurship, or building a home-based business, my friends, you kind of be spinning your wheels and wasting a lot of time here. So target your market, know what groups you want to join. Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, all these platforms really could point you to the right people. Hashtagging, very powerful. Mega tags, very powerful when you're doing this type of marketing. So just who you're targeting to, unless you want to do a lot of talking all day long to the wrong people. But if you want to talk to the right people, sponsor with high efficiency and conversion rates, then you got to target your audience. And you got to connect with those people where they have the same passions you do and the same affinities with you do. All right, I hope this introduction helps you to see that you can make a lot of money if you're efficient with your targeting. You got systems that you use, like we're going to teach you today on Buffer, right? And you know when to post these in the right time. So all those things are very, very important. So let's get into the lesson. And I hope this little introduction helped you a lot to see how you can do this more efficiently. Okay. All right, here we go. This is what's beautiful about this. All right. All right. Learn how I posted to 220,000 people and created a following of 5,159 people, just 2 weeks. All right. And how many people I sponsored during that period of time. All right. So let's go to part 2 here. We already talked about part 1. Part 2. Last week we talked about buffer and really added more value to your business, and you're going to have more consistent marketing by developing these systems. And buffer is easy. It's fun. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now you know how to set up your accounts. So let's start learning how to post and schedule on buffer. It's very easy. Hold your eyes. I hate this scrolling, I know. Okay. But I like this better than PowerPoints. Okay. I can get more information, and then it provides you a PDF download as I start putting this together in many ebooks for you guys. All right. Posting and scheduling on buffer. Now, your accounts are set, and you know how to use the left side of your dashboard. All right, because you can shuffle among the accounts. Like you can see Facebook, you can go to all your Facebook pages, you can go to all your LinkedIn pages. All of that is on the left side. Those are your accounts. I call them platforms. And then over here is your content, and then your analytics, and then your scheduling. And then also we're going to go through the settings part of this. So here's an upcoming post you're going to post. So this is how easy it is when you go into buffer. Okay, so let me show you the content tab first. Content, here's where you go. You're going to be put into a queue. Okay, suggestions is going away, by the way, so I'm not going to bother with that. Contributions and feed will show you what happens. Now, here's the great thing. You can take content. People go, oh, Gary, I don't have time to write all this content. I can't do my articles. And I know some people teach you to go to PLR, which is private label rights, and find some more. That's a good place to start. And it's a great resource for you to read. But I don't use that. Most of that time, that stuff is dated, to be honest with you. Let me give you a better source. Start joining some real good groups that are specializing. Social Media Examiner is a great place, a great group I belong to. And what happens is they provide you current, up-to-date. These are some of the sharpest people on the web that really know their stuff. You can start taking their articles, believe it or not, and they want you to do this as long as you don't cross their name off of it. And you can start posting real good value articles that you never wrote and providing that content and that value to your audience. You can leverage off of that in the beginning. So keep that in mind. Leveraging is a very powerful thing when you get started. So no, you don't have to be a copywriter. You don't have to be an author. You don't have to do all that. Can you work into that? Are you going to get a bigger exposure, a bigger brand, a better reputation? Yes. But in the beginning, you could be just as effective and sponsor tons of people, without doing all that. Okay. But buffer has to be one of your tools in the beginning. All right. So where you get your information is important. The fact that you don't have to write it. So keep that in mind. Queue is a spot where you want to easily add your post. So you put it in a queue and then you schedule it. Okay, it's that simple. Okay, add the post, click on what you want to share, put it in the box on the top of the page, type in, paste your post. How easy is that? Okay, click your avatars. Avatars are nothing more than your profiles on the different platforms. That's why we call it. I wrote one of my first articles called, Find Your Avatar on Facebook. How cool was that? It really is finding other people of common interests, who are like you. That's all an avatar is. I mean, it was a big thing back then when the movie came out, but all it really is finding someone like you with the same common interest that you have. Okay, it's so easy. All right, so that's who your avatars are. All right, man, if they're in a weight loss and you're in a weight loss, boom, 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 it goes. Okay, click the avatars on your profiles or choose your profiles and post on that schedule. Once you add them to your buffer, you will see it under the buffer tab and for each of your profiles. How cool is that? Here's your profiles right here. Here's your avatars. Okay, here, look at all. I got Facebook pages, Pinterest, okay, and LinkedIn, Google Plus, Twitter, and we're going to be adding Instagram. I got to tell you something. I'm so excited. We're going to be doing Facebook groups to wrap up our Facebook series. Then we're going to go into Twitter, and we're going to do a whole series on Twitter, and we're going to do a whole series on Instagram. Woo! It's going to be so much fun. We're going to be like the one-source shop where you can learn everything you need on any of the platforms in social media marketing. No one's ever done this, by the way. Okay, I'm very proud of my team. Okay, what do you want to share? Type or paste or post here, okay? All right. When you add your post, just click Add to Queue button, drop down the menu, will open 3 available options: share next, share now, and schedule your post. That's it. There's your options. Set it up, get it in the queue, and away you go. Okay, here's your brand identity. See, you want to brand yourself, your name. You start with that. I have a brand called 30-Minute Millionaire. And I keep that brand in front of people because it's about internet insights, helping people to build their business on social media marketing. But if you don't have a brand and you don't want to brand yourself, I think everybody should brand themselves. You could be a transformational coach, right? You need to brand yourself. Somehow people need to identify you with what you do. And so brand awareness is very important. Building the right profile, very important. And you want to be congruent with all of what they call it I call them platforms. Masha calls them accounts. Now they call them avatars. Well, whatever. Okay, on all the different social media platforms. Okay. Add to your queue. Share next, share now, schedule a post. Okay. It asks you those questions. Everything now is just pop up. It says, what do you want to do next? And you just click, okay, here's what I want to do. How hard can that be? Okay, that's it. Your post is ready. However, if you choose social schedule post option, your post is not published just yet. Soon it will show you how to do that. So if you try to hit suggestions buttons, by the way, that's going away. I'm not going to cover that. Let's go down here to analytics, okay? Analytics, okay, is the second main tab in your dashboard. Once you get going at this, now you don't have to get involved with analytics in the beginning, but once you get going, analytics is a very powerful marketing tool that teaches you how to direct your efforts to what traffic that, like I said, that's your avatar, that's your common interest. I think I might do a whole article on avatar again, just to understand how you connect with people with common interests. Because look, if you can help people to monetize their love, their interests, their affinities, oh my gosh, what a wonderful thing. What a great question. Are you making money on what you love to do the most? The reason people quit things is because they're not connected to things, because they don't have the passion and the love for them. What's more important is the passion and the love and the excitement and the exuberance that they have for whatever they want to do. If you find that passion in a person, you can get them connected properly. Oh my gosh, these people are going to be very, very productive. So many times I don't know why I'm going off on this, but it's so true. I guess because I watched Tony Robbins last night or yesterday for 2.5 hours, But the truth of it is, if you can't get people connected to their passions, they're just going to what? They're just going to kind of like wallow through it. But if you get them connected to their passion, and they get them fired up and excited, boy, then things really happen. Now you show them the tools and the path, they're on their way. Okay, so in this area, if you use an awesome or business plan, you can choose the order of your post by the most clicks, retweets, likes, whatever, other metrics that you may like to follow. It's all right there for you. Users can analyze specific dates. Now, here's an example. Let me go on. When we write our articles, and we post our articles to over 220,000 people a week, you already know that. Okay. When we post our articles and I go back and I analyze it, some people, some of those articles get 50 people reading them. Some people get 200 people reading them, but it tells me who opened the article and who has interest. And I actually can find out who they are. How cool is that? So I know who's following me and who's not following me. It's amazing the people that I meet and where they come from. Sometimes I have no clue, and they come from different countries. Okay. But it's fun when you get a following like that. Okay. Schedule. When your posts are created, you only have to schedule them. Here's a beautiful, I'll talk about this at the end, but my gosh, you're putting it out there forever. Okay, and I'll talk more at the end. I'll close with that. Click on the schedule tab on the upper right-hand side of the screen. Set for the days, the times you're supposed to go out. Schedule the tab different for each profile, so you can click through the profiles on the left to see each schedule. Remember what I gave you in the beginning. How many times you're going to click the schedule link in? I think it's a couple times a week is enough. How many times you're going to click on Facebook? It's 1 to 3 times a day. All right, and then you need to learn what post you need to post. How many times you blog a week. I think 2 or 3 articles a week is enough. So those are some guidelines. All right, I hear this from other people. This is kind of like what I have set my frequent post up to be, and I'm doing very well with it. So I guess the advice they gave me was right. Okay, the post will go out on time without repeating. You can even set up more posts in the same day, just different times, of course. Okay, so here's your schedule. Now, these time zones are very important. Remember I talked to you about time zones? Okay, so when would you like the post to be sent? Very important that you choose your time zones and when the time zones go out. Now, if you haven't really tagged the locations of the people that are coming in and put them in the category of time zones, it's okay. Start your posting like at 3 o'clock in the morning, so when people get up at 6, they got it. Okay, that's one of the smart things to do. All right, okay, so that's one way you can do it. So just remember, you want to post it where most of the readers are going to read it. All right, they're going to read it before 7 a.m. and they're going to read it after 5 p.m., whether they're on the East Coast, Midwest, or West Coast. Okay, just keep that in mind. So posting times are very relevant here. All right. Other important thing that you have, okay, to do here is to set up your time zones. Exactly. You can adjust it, okay, to the top right corner, and then you will have the option to apply those time zones to all your profiles. Now, if you don't have it categorized or tagged in different time zones, your followers, you know what you can do? You can schedule your articles. One article can go up before 3 a.m. Then you can do another one article in the midweek in the afternoon, so you can pick up the people, like say on the East Coast, coming home at 6 o'clock. Okay, so yeah, you could be smart with your scheduling on that. So okay, link shortening, very, very important. We're going to get into that. I'll talk about in a minute. Okay, so I warmly recommend you to use link shortening. It's an option, especially if you're dealing with Twitter, where there's only 140 characters. So instead of having huge links on all your articles and stuff that you're posting, make sure that you can shorten it. And there's a lot of ways that you can do that. Right here, are 3 different ways that you can shorten your links. Okay, a lot of the programs have built-in link shortening at this point, by the way. Okay, so keep that in mind. One thing I will tell you that I really like, a lot of times you can pick up or buy programs that can put in your and use your article name. If your SEO, if you're really watching your SEO, search engine optimization, you could put it in there if there's a keyword, and you can make a part of it if you can pick that up. Okay, that's kind of very cool too. All right, that's it. Now, when you know all the basic things about Buffer, you can show somebody else how really cool it is. Okay, and then you can also go into what we call Buffer extensions. And again, just follow this. Click on it. Here's one that she did for Chrome. Install the Chrome extension right here. And there's your extensions and Buffer off of Chrome. You can use extensions. Again, extensions are like really cool, my friends, because you can use keywords in those extensions, okay, and put those in the meta tags. If you guys understand SEO, meta tags is how people find you. It's like the search engines are searching and they click on the meta tags. That's how they find you. So it's a way of driving more traffic to you. That's all it is, okay? When you find something great on the web, again, Masha brought this up. It's one of the things we like to do. Find it, share it. It's that easy. You don't have to have a blog. Just find the stuff. Go join groups, read other people's articles, start liking other people, okay? And you'll see what happens. And you can do that, and then you can grow into this, okay? But Buffer should be right at the outset, should be right at the beginning, because it has the consistent marketing that you need to be out there when things drag you in different directions and you can't keep up your marketing, okay? So if you want a consistent income, marketing systems is where you have to go, okay? View all the Buffer applications, okay? Here you go. All in all, Buffer is a great social media scheduling management tool that could make your life easier and social media sharing more efficiently, okay? Buffer developers are continually working on their improvements, so that they can get better with time. Buffer has a young crowd and a young group, and I really like them. I mean, when they send me their follow-up and their analytics and everything, they're just a bunch of young guys that really, they love what they do. They're on top of it. Just a fun little organization. I hope they come out with an affiliate program. They don't at this point, okay? So use the comments field below and tell me what your favorite social media management tool is. I would be cool if you got that. I would love that. Thank you for reading my articles. Feel free to post these articles in your news feeds. Have fun with this, okay? Again, there's several ways that you can follow me on my Monday Morning Mentor and sign up to that. You can follow me also on YouTube. You can go to my blog site and sign up. If you go to my blog site, you can also get a free 30-minute coaching session right here with, again, the value of that coaching session right now for 30 minutes, it's valued at $500 for 30 minutes. Okay, coaching session with Gary. So reschedule. You don't have to join any MLMs or anything like that. It's just to help you to find out really what your avatar is, what your purpose is, and to get you in alignment with that, and to help you find out what's blocking you and your challenges and everything else. It'll help you. So right here, you get a nice 30-minute free coaching call from Gary. Just have to schedule that with Masha. And right here, you can have a free download. This book kind of shows you how I leveraged my time, built my marketing systems, and how we created all the following we did in such a short period of time. So it's in this book, and there's more books coming out. We're going to do 7 ways to connect on LinkedIn. That's a new book that we're going to be putting out here very quick, very fast, and that you guys can have that as well, okay, along with PDF downloads and some video files. It's all there for you guys. So have fun with it. All right, so let me stop sharing here and come back to you a minute here. Okay. All right. I hope the lesson today really spoke to my heart to tell you and gave you a lot of valuable information. I hope I didn't fire hose you, but just keep this in mind. If you take the time right now and you leverage other people's articles because they want you to do that, funny thing, social media is like an exalted practice. I mean, come on, leveraging is an exalted practice here. So plagiarism is not a problem when you give people the rights. Don't pull their names off and claim it's yours. And they want you to do it. So it's a great way to start. So keep that in mind that you don't have to be a copywriter. Okay, you don't have to be a national famous blogger. You can do all of these connections and provide value to people. And it's smart because you keep up your personal growth, your business growth by plugging into other people, in their groups and their associations and learning what they're doing and just following suit. So this is Coach Gary wishing you all the best. And again, if you want a 30-minute coaching session with me, it's absolutely free. I can help you out there. All right. So have a wonderful week. And please pass this on to people, share it with them. I hope you found the information here very valuable to your business and your life and to your success. This is Coach Gary. Bye-bye now.